Merhaba arkadaşlar, Diptera oyun ekranlarına hepiniz hoş geldiniz. The Stanley Parable oynamaya devam ediyoruz. Bugün ikinci bölümde yine izlediğimiz yollara benzer yollar izleyeceğiz ama bu sefer telefona cevap vermeyeceğiz. Telefona cevap versek bile telefona cevap verdikten sonraki gelişmeleri yapacağız falan filan. Yapmadıklarımızı yapacağız, yapmadıklarımızı yapmayacağız. Bir dakika. Yapmadıklarımızı yapacağız, yaptıklarımızı yapmayacağız. Ama yapmadıklarımızı da yapmayıp sonra da yapabiliriz. O çok karışık, oyun karışık biraz. Evet, hadi başlayalım.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Hızlı gidiyorum.
Perhaps he had
Adam
simply
beni
missed a
azarlayacak yine
memo.
ama. Bu arada değişen bir şey oluyor mu oynadıkça? Mesela atıyorum 3. oynayışında ya da öldüğünde kapılardan biri açılıyor. MS-DOS. Bilgisayar böyle değildi değil mi? Bu böyleydi, tamam. Aha. Oyun beni yapıyorsun şu anda. Kapattım. Değişkenlik oluyor mu ya ofis içinde? Oha, ne oldu? Ne oldu? Oyun... blurlaşıyor hızlı hareket edince, tamam. Ben neredeyim? Doğru yönde miyim ya? Şöyle gideceğim. Yo, buradan geldim. Buradan geldim zaten. Tam böyle gideceğim. Aynen. Devam Stanley'cim. Devam.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his
Yine
left.
sağdan.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Tamam,
well.
hızlı.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
Çok tatlı,
What
çok.
was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley?
Neyse, tamam.
Its grace,
Bu ne?
its subtle charm. No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Biraz daha vuralım.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so
Neyse, tamam,
utterly
kaçtım.
captivating. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Düz mü devam etmiştik? 456 yanı. Bakalım. Evet, düz devam.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but
Asansörü
you
çizmemişim.
all this time.
Asansöre telefonu.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Telefona yine cevap verelim, içeri
Stop trying to
girmeyelim.
make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
İçeri girme. Girmeyi de şimdiden çiziyorum. Telefona cevap verip içeri girmeyeceğiz. Hadi bakalım.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
O ne be? Oha.
That's her, Stanley.
Prizmiş.
You need to be the one to do this.
Tamam,
To
cevap
reach
veriyorum.
out to her.
Cevap veriyorum, içeri girmiyorum. Hadi bakalım. Bakalım ne olacak. Ben yayında olmasam...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Gidemiyorum.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Ben
come
görmedim
on.
ki tatlım.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see
Tamam abi,
something.
sus da şöyle
Come
gidelim.
inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Çakal seni. Buraya bir şey bulamadınız, böyle mi yaptınız? Açın kapıyı. Kırın duvarı. Burayı açın. Burayı açın. Neyse girdik hadi.
This is a very sad story about the death.
Tamam, burayı izlemeye gerek yok. Oyuna yeniden başla. Telefona cevap vermiyoruz. Şimdiki hedefimiz bu. Hadi bakalım. Ah keşke girmişken şey yapsaydık ya.
Even now,
Z'ye
Stanley's
basmadım
office
o.
was a
Ah onu
distant
atladık.
memory.
Neyse onu
What did
yaparız
it
ayrıca.
look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he
Şey
entered
mi
the
acaba
door.
ya?
This was not the correct way
Alt
to the
yazılar
meeting
değişiyor değil
room,
mi
and
çoğu
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Bir de burası var. Of bu sağ taraf bitmeyecek ya.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired.
Ben niye orada yeniden başlat dedim. Basma Z'ye işte. Z'ye basma.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Ah
gotten
be.
off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else
Tamam
can
şimdi
be
cevap
difficult,
vermiyoruz ama
but the
telefona.
fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking
Buradan
for
atlasam da olur herhalde. Buradan atlayınca da başka bir şey. Mesela şuraya denk gelmek. Aa. Evet abi o da var. Oraya denk gelmek
This
falan.
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ulan
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
dur bakalım nereye kadar gidecek ya. Arkadaş bayağı kilitlendim böyle mal gibi izliyorum ya. Etrafına falan dönsem.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Evet.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Çok güzel.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making.
Adam kızdı lan
Or
baya.
did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, In this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
Keşke bunda at
He
yazısı
could spend
olsaymış.
years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Ne oluyor?
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
Bir şey oldu. Oyun mavi ekran verdi şu anda.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular
Ya,
basis
çok iyiymiş.
is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Bu ana kadar niye
Most
alt yazı
medical
yoktu?
professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But
Çok
not to
iyiymiş.
worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Tak bunu tak. Şimdi geri tak. İlle gidecek miyim? Gitmeyeyim bakayım birazdan olacak. Bir şey de demiyor. Böyle höle höle höle diye kaşıdım ama. Bir şey de demiyor. Girdim. Aa, geri dönüyoruz.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway
hakikaten lan, o
through the
kapatmışlar.
story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Vay arkadaş. Şuraya atlasayıp atlamasam mı diye düşünüyordum bu inerken şurayı, konuştuğumuz yeri. Ama dedim ya denk getiremezsem, kartlı giriş. Denk getiremezsem dedim bayağı geri dönüyoruz ya. Girmediğimiz kapılar da kapalı. Başa saracağız herhalde.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Hadi bir şeyler daha de. Demiyor. Hadi gidelim bakalım. Şurada bir ara böyle bir boşluk varmış gibi donk diye ses geldi de. Hani böyle duvarların boş şeyleri vardır vurursun hani. Şöyle ses gelip de tok tok tok diye ses gelir, boş olduğunu hissedersen öyle bir ses hissettim de. Yani onunla ilgili bir geyik mi var diyecek.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Hoppa. İlk kez sola girmek zorunda kalacağız. Çok güzel ya. Bozulmalar falan başladı. Oyunda bug var. Böyle de olmaz kardeşim. İşte doğa. Yeşille mavinin birleştiği yer. Hemen. Hadi bakalım, solun tadına bakacağız artık.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Oyunu yeniden
No,
başlat.
I have to shut the game down. I have to.
See ya.
I have to.
Bye bye. Aman ne oluyor lan? Lan. Çok iyi be. Oha, ne oluyor lan?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Aynı şeyi mi yapacak, yoksa yine tekrar getirdiği için bozacak mı?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Tamam, hadi.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Oyunu bozduk lan, oyunu kırdık. Oyunu kırdı, al kırdın. Tamam hadi. Bir daha gireyim lan, bakayım dedirecek mi?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
İyice gıcık oldu. Tamam.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sana bu oyunun yaptığı bir terbiyesizlik mi bana karşı? Bir bug mı bu, yoksa oyunun pisliği mi? Çok oyunun pisliği gibi duruyor. Şimdi sola gelip duvarın en sonuna yapıştım. Şimdi sağa basarak yürüyorum. Evet. Demek ki bu bölümde böyleymiş. Tamam. Bunu da böyle yapmış olduk. Şimdi elimizde neler kaldı bir bakalım ona. Yine sağdan gireceğiz bir sonraki bölümde. Telefonu cevap vereceğiz. Ama Z'ye basmayacağız. O var. Ondan sonra komple soldan... sonra yine sağdan girip soldaki kapı var. Onu yaparız. Ya da bu sefer şey yaparız. Sol kapıdan gireriz. Birazcık değişiklik olur. Şeyleri görürüz. Şuraya da sol diyeyim bari. Sol kapı varyasyonları olsun. Neyse. Abi çok enteresan ya. Eğlenceli. Garip ama eğlenceli. Beni izlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ederim arkadaşlar. Videoyu beğendiyseniz like'larsanız şahane olur. Kanala hala abone olmadıysanız abone olursanız beni çok mutlu edersiniz. Hatta bizden haberi olmayan ama bizi izlemekten büyük keyif alacağını düşündüğünüz her kim varsa tık tık diye ses geldi. Onları bizden haberdar ederseniz ve kanala abone olmanı sağlarsanız muhteşem şeyler yapmış olursunuz bizim için. The Stanley Parable'ın 2. bölümü bitti. Kendinize çok iyi bakın arkadaşlar. Bay bay.